The Kishane Thompson experience is coming, and this time it's going to happen sooner than you think, because it's about to go down in Hungary in the 100-meter dash on August the 12th. To clarify, I'm aware that he was going to run in Silesia, even shared my thoughts on it, like that's going to happen just a few days later. But he's also going to be in Hungary running the 100. This is a big deal, because before I go any further, this is one of those moments where I owe people an apology. So yes, Kishane Thompson, your coach, your camp, all of it, I owe you an apology. Because going into the 2025 season, I had no expectation that Kishane Thompson was going to run a whole bunch of races. And clearly, he is serious about going out there and competing. I'm not saying he wasn't serious before, but the general rhetoric was that we don't get to see Kishane much. Injuries, scheduling, training, all of that, like that's what we were used to. And this year, he's been on the circuit. And now, not just on the circuit, he's been taking care of business. But this race, which, depending on how you see it, it's a continental tour meeting. It's sort of kind of, a warm up to some degree. Like, yes, the race counts, but everybody knows we're focusing on worlds. But it's the real field that he's about to run against. So I'm just going to go get into it because you deserve to know what's about to happen because the rest of the world is going to pay attention. Anytime Kishane Thompson runs, the sprinting world pays attention because nobody we know right now has the potential to go off the way he does. Again, when I say go off, think like a bomb. That's what 9.75 seconds actually is because people don't run that fast, at least not in the last decade, except unless you're him. That's the only person who does it. In this field, I recognize almost every name that he's going to line up with. If you're thinking about the test, because it is a test, he's going to have to go out there and perform. It's actually a pretty good test on the way to Silesia, where he's going to get Noah Lyles and Kenny Bednarek. As far as I know, Kenny Bednarek pulled out of a race in Lausanne, but he's still going to be there in Silesia. So, hey, let's just get that out of the way. When he runs in that race, we know how the script is going to be. Kishane Thompson's going to go off at when the gun goes, he's going to get off the block. And once that happens, he's going to try to hold everybody off. The goal is more or less to end the race before it begins. That's what I call the race plan. Yes, he has phases and things he's working on. But fundamentally, he's trying to crush your spirit. Because if he can get off on you through the first 60, 70 meters, you're probably not going to think that you even have a chance to come back. Unless you're a very select group of men in the world. Noah Lyles is one of those men. And he knows he can do it because he's done it in the past. That said, the only other man who I've watched go out and get Kishane Thompson in a 100, in the last 12 months that I remember, that person was Akani Simbini. And he did it earlier this year in the Diamond League, and he'll be right there in Hungary in this race. So yes, it is a legitimate test, because we know how he races. It's not Noah Lyles per se, but to see him run him down in the back of a race, even if it was earlier in the year, this time, Kishane Thompson is going to have a very clear understanding of where he is compared to the field. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, and if you really want to know what's going on with the fastest athletes in the world, then you are in the right place. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section, because I try to read them all. After Akani, the next name I have to mention is Ferdinand Omanyala. People know him as the fast man from Kenya, who has gone 9-7 multiple times, but to be real, we are waiting to see that level of performance in a world championship final. This year might be the year, but hey, it is what it is. Moving forward, Ronnie Baker is going to be on the starting line. He's the only American that I see in the field. But he was at the USA Championships, ran 9.92 seconds in the final, because everybody ran fast in that final. But he was in the Olympic final and got 5th back in 2021. A moment before I recorded this video, he was running. He went 9.94 seconds to win another race out in Slovakia. So yes, he is in very good form at this moment. I could tell you about the fast collegians who are going to be in the field. Abdul Rashid Saminu, Kayinsola Ajayi. Both of them have gone 9.9, 9.8, done it multiple times. They were at the Olympic Games and then went back to college. Yes, they can run. And you gotta still remember, Kishane Thompson did not leave Jamaica alone to come to this race. Rohan Watson, as well as Akeem Blake, they're all going to be there. So as far as this race is concerned, Kishane Thompson is going to have a very legitimate test. But we do expect him to pass the test with flying colors. He ran in this meet last year against names that you would recognize, and he won it in the 100-meter dash. I mean, in 2024, we didn't see him much on the circuit, but this was one of the moments when we actually did. But now, the fact that this race is scheduled, Lisa is scheduled, for that matter, he's supposed to run again on the Diamond League. I believe, Lausanne after that. Like, Kishane Thompson is not playing games. The truth is, I struggle with this part of the season because we get all the top athletes going out there and competing on the circuit, and it's great to watch, and I'm going to cover these races, but the challenge is, we know that these races are still preparing us for the World Championships. You could argue they're preparing us for a Diamond League final. I mean, this is a Continental Tour race, but that's not the real priority. It's the World Championship final. So we're going to run it back. We're going to see it multiple times. But if Kishane goes out and does what he's supposed to, goes 9-9, 9-8, 9-7 even in these races, all it's going to do is continue to put expectation on him. But I still have to hold my apology, because at this moment, we've seen the talent, we've seen the consistency, and we've now seen the dedication. When I say the dedication, I mean to go out there on the circuit and effectively, take care of business. Like, bash some heads in on the track, make it very clear, like, this is your thing. The 100 is yours this year. Kishane Thompson is in the driver's seat. Let's get that clear. I'm still a part of the group that believes Noah Lyles might win this World Championship. I certainly understand that Kishane Thompson could win it. And I'm probably 48-52, where it's maybe 48 Kishane, 52 Noah Lyles. The reason why it's not 50-50 to me is because I have the past evidence, or like the history of races to go off of with Noah Lyles. He's the only person who, when he gets to the World Championship final, has been practicing his race model all the way through to that moment. That's why he doesn't need to win all of his races earlier in the year, because the way that he runs, he's more or less like, it's almost like archery. Like, he sees a target, and in this case, Kishane Thompson is the target, and he tries to run that target down before he gets to the line. At the Olympic finals, it worked. But guess what? In the prelim and the semifinal, it did not work. He did not cross the line in front in either of those races. To be clear, his goal was not to get anything less than first in those heats. But he was practicing the race model the entire time. And by the time he needed to figure it out, he did. You could say what you want, but when it comes to running rounds, that is exactly what's happening. Kishane Thompson's, his situation is very different. Because the reason why I believe he's a legitimate favorite, like you could put him in that seat and leave him there, is because he's supposed to be able to blow the field away. Where it won't matter what your race plan is anymore. It won't matter who you are, what you think you're doing, where you come from, or how hard you've been working. Because when that bomb goes off, and he can put down a time that nobody else can run, the race will be over before it effectively begins. Some people will psych themselves out. Others will figure out 40, 50, 60 meters in. This is probably not my day. And when he gets to the line, it's just going to be the culmination of what everybody knew was supposed to happen all along. That pressure, the pressure to not just go out there and win, but to validate the fast times, that is what Kishane Thompson is up against. But it does seem that he is up to the task. Because when you come to the line and run fast, and then do it again, and again, and again, you are making it clear that the only way to get gold in 2025 in the 100-meter dash is you're going to have to go through Kishane Thompson in order to get it. In the sport of track and field, race day is honestly the easy part, because all of the real work gets put in when nobody is watching. When you wear every day is training day gear, you can let the whole world know that your success in competition is not an accident. Order yours at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below, and it always comes with free shipping. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.